Okay, today I'm going to do a video on the bolt from my Mosin Nagant. When you buy a Mosin, they usually come with a bayonet, some ammo pouches that are made out of leather, this little tool kit here, and also like an oiling can, one that holds like a solvent, and then one that holds an oil. So it's been a while since I've taken this bolt apart, and I figured I'd take it apart and lube it up and show you guys the process along the way. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up this tool pouch and we're going to take out this tool. Now what this tool does, the Russians provide everything that you need basically to take apart your rifle with minimal tools. So this has a screwdriver end on it, and it has several notches cut out. Now this bigger notch is to unscrew the firing pin, and these other notches tell you they're at different depths, and they tell you if your firing pin is at the correct, has the correct headspace. So it's pretty neat that they supply that to their troops. Very minimal amount of tools that you need to disassemble and keep your firearm in working condition. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull back the charging knob and we're going to turn it. So we're going to pull it back. I'm kind of doing this from the side, so bear with me. So we just turned it to the side and we rotated it to the side by pulling back and turning. So now what that's going to do is that's going to free up the guide bar and the bolt head. So this is the bolt head. This is the bolt head, and this is the guide bar. Now, like I mentioned, when they make their tools, if you don't have this tool here, this slot right here is the same diameter just about as this slot, which is for the firing pin. So you can still take apart your bolt action by using actual parts that make up the bolt action. So we're going to put the guide bar aside, we're going to put the bolt head aside, and what we're going to do is we're going to take our tool and we're going to put it right here in the groove for the fire pin, and we're just going to turn. And what that's doing is that's taking the fire pin out of the charging knob. It has quite a few threads on it. Okay, there it goes. It just released. And here's your firing pin and your firing pin spring. And this firing pin is probably about the length of a new pencil. It's pretty substantial. And that's it. So here's your charging knob. Here's your bolt body. And that's what makes up the Mosin Nagant bolt. So I'm going to use some hops. Get a little bit on my fingers. And we're just going to lube up everything. I'm not going to get too crazy with it. Now, most of the ammo that you're going to find for the Mosin Nagant is going to have corrosive primers So you're going to want to make sure that you clean every time you shoot. If you own one, or just getting one, or you just bought one, you're going to want to make sure that you clean it thoroughly. Take the gun apart, rinse the barrel, inside of the barrel, down with water. And what I use to break the salts up, I use a Windex with ammonia in it, and that cleans it very well. It's been a while since I shot this. I like to oil up after my guns have sat for a while. I like to take them apart once in a while and just give them a cleaning. Paper towel. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to put our spring back on the firing pin. We're going to get our bolt body. We're going to get our charging knob, and you can see the angle, how it goes together, just like that. And what's going to happen now, we're going to put in, we need to thread this firing pin back into the charging handle. So we're going to insert the firing pin, and we're going to push down on it to decompress that, or to compress that spring. And then we're going to take our tool again, and we're going to turn the firing pin, and we're going to screw it back into the charging knob. This really isn't difficult to do, and it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. Sometimes just meshing the parts can be a little bit of a chore, but okay, so now you can see the firing pin is started. It's coming through the charging knob hole, and on the charging knob there's two lines, and what's going to happen is there's a line on the firing pin, and you're going to want those lines to meet up pretty close. They might not be perfect, but they're going to be pretty close, and that firing pin is going to basically be flush with the top of the charging knob. So I'm going to continue to screw in the firing pin. Just about to where it almost is going to slightly bottom out. Okay, so there, bottomed out. And you can see that it's lined up. The lines are lined up with the charging knob and the firing pin, and the firing pin is flush. Okay. Now we're going to take our guide bar, and that guide bar is going to slide over the firing pin. It's going to slide over the firing pin, and this little fork here is going to mesh. It's going to go right under this knob here, just like that. Then we're going to take our bolt head, and you can see right there's a little hole, and that's where your firing pin comes out, right in that spot. Now this always gives me a little bit of trouble. Okay. It takes a little finesse to get this just right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to slide the charging bar back. We're going to slide the charging bar back, and this little nub right here on your bolt head is going to go into this groove in the bolt body. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your hand, one finger on the bolt, and put this on your palm, and you're going to turn this back, and that's it. Snaps into place, and this thing is ready to go. That's as simple as it gets. There is 6 parts in this bolt, which can be a little overwhelming, but there's plenty of videos out there, and I did want to make this video for that reason, just to show you how pretty easy it is to disassemble a Mosin Nagant bolt. But that's it. So thanks for tuning in. If you like this, please like, share, and if you wouldn't mind, please subscribe to my channel. It's a relatively new channel, and I'm trying to put content out there that's gonna be helpful to others, and hopefully you got something out of this. So thanks for watching, and have a good day.